So hard to get. Okay, I got him.
Seismic readings suggest a quantum detonation has occurred in the Aurora's drive core. The central dark matter reactor will reach a supercritical state in T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Oh my gosh! Oh, the sound! Holy crap! Hello everybody, my name is JD the Bad Omen, and welcome to Subnautica. Now this game's been around for a long time, just in early access on Steam, and it's recently come to Xbox One. But it's still in early access, as far as I know. Early development build, yes, it's still in early access. So, we are going to be starting a new file. I've played this game before, but it's been a while. It's been a few months, so I've missed out on a lot of the new stuff. And this game is just so cool to not want to play. And especially with the new updates like the Prawn update and the Dangerous Creatures update, or whatever it's called. Yeah, there it is. Dangerous Creatures update. I'm very excited. I've watched a lot of this game online. I'm sure a lot of people have. And I've played a lot of it as well. So, here we go. We're going to start our new game of survival. Let it load in for a minute. And we'll get going. Now, for those of you who don't know what Subnautica is, which is probably most of you, Subnautica is an open-world survival game where you survive in a hostile world, you craft new stuff, get new equipment and gear, which gives you access to more and more resources, and stuff like that. But this game is unique in that it takes place almost completely underwater. You're on an ocean planet, thus the title Subnautica. Ah, here we go, finally. And so it begins. I'm gonna turn this up for myself. Yeah.
Launch in 3, 2, 1.
Alright, so fire hydrant. So we can... Oh, right mouse button, duh, idiot. I knew that. Oh, good. I'm not on fire at all. Alright. So here we go.
Greetings, survivor. Great job not dying. To assist you in further survival in emergency situations, you have been issued this personal data assistant. The interface visible now will organize your inventory, display currently available construction blueprints, and holds other valuable information. Please take a moment to familiarize yourself with it.
Did they add new inventory spaces? Looks like more than I recall. Alrighty, so... Yes, and I know all of these. Not going to read them. I would absolutely recommend this game to anybody who hasn't played it before. Like a lot of the games that I play, I'd like to recommend it. But it takes a pretty powerful PC to play, at least on any decent graphical settings. So if you have an Xbox One, get it on Xbox One. Alright, so here we go. So now we are left to our own devices. From here on out, it is completely up to us how to proceed. So this is our life pod here. We've got a hatch in the floor to go through, but more importantly, a hatch on the top. The Aurora suffered catastrophic hull failure, cause unknown. 0 human life signs detected in 100-meter range. So we are all alone. And just look at that. It's so pretty and scary. What would you do? What would you even do if you were stranded in a place like this? Environment, uncharted ocean planet, oxygen, nitrogen, atmosphere, water contamination high. Hello, little legs. And it's just nuts, the concept. Of course, with all the future technology that this guy has at his disposal, he's okay, obviously, but it's still just the prospect of being alone. Like your life means, you know, nothing unless you can get back to humanity. Die alone, and frightened, and cold, and wet. All of which are things that nobody likes. Hopefully. So, here we go. We are going to go ahead and get started by diving headfirst into the ocean. Oh, the sounds. Oh, the sounds are so awesome.
Attention. Detecting increased local radiation levels. Trend is consistent with ongoing degradation of the Aurora's dark matter drive core due to damage sustained during collision. Continuing to monitor.
Alright, so the ship it exploded somehow, and we don't know why. I don't want you, sorry. Oh, they're so bulbous and gross. Oh, plant life, especially...
Emergency. 10 seconds of oxygen.
No. We've got a certain amount of oxygen. You see on the left side of the screen, we've got our oxygen. We've got our health, we've got our food, and our water. So limestone, these chunks that grow around the environment, we're breaking to try and pick up... Oh, sea glide fragment. Oh, I need to scan that. We're trying to... a little bit of lag there. Trying to gather titanium and copper resources from this... from the limestone outcrops. Ooh. And over there, the biomes in this game are just gorgeous and scary. This game is scary more than anything else. And this world looks slightly different than any of the others. Ooh, I've done before. Alright, so we've got plant life. I was gonna say plant life. I did say plant life. We've got animal life.
New creature.
No! Go away. I don't want either of you. Ooh, that's a stalker. Those things will munch you. But we've got various forms of sea life, various fauna and flora. These air sacs are good for water, although they can be used for food.
New creature discovered.
These guys are gross too. Everything is gross. The ocean is gross. Ah! So, what we are planning on doing now, at least, is just trying to survive. We're just trying to gather our resources. We want to try and heal ourselves if we can.
Emergency.
Yep,
10 seconds
and then our
of
little
oxygen
robotic
remaining.
friend here. Little voice will keep telling us what to do. So that's obviously our ship off in the distance, the Aurora. Wonderful name, I might add, for a ship of that magnitude and impressiveness. So these giant tubes, no mushrooms, please. These giant tubes travel underground. There are various cavernous openings to access that tube, but both inside and outside we'll find a great amount of limestone outcrops just growing
Emergency.
out
10 seconds of
But what we're
oxygen
going to try and do is build a base. My pod still looks like it's on fire. Alright. The medical fabricator. The medical kit fabricator. Speaking of which, we're going to use that. Alright, so, errors detected in life pod system. Circuitry test failed. Secondary systems offline. Flotation device is deployed and hull integrity is okay. So we've got a storage unit in here that's got flares, filtered water, and nutrient blocks. The nutrient blocks give you more food or nutrients than just about anything else does in the game. Damaged life pod systems useful to repair. So this right here is one of our greatest friends in the world of Subnautica. It is our fabricator, and our fabricator will allow us to craft just about anything and everything. So going through, we've got our resources and basic materials. We've got titanium that we can make from our metal salvage, which we'll do. And if you notice, the power at the top will go down. Our life pod has renewable or rechargeable power cells here. Yeah, right there, self-charging power cells. But and you see at the top it's going to 71, but it costs 5 power in order to use the fabricator for anything, at least as far as I know. So we can make glass using the quartz, which are those crystal structures that we found on the sea floor. We've got titanium ingots, silicone rubber, glass, bleach, magnesium, enameled glass, plasteel ingots. Those bottom two are really tough to get. And for advanced materials, we've got benzene, which I've never made, synthetic fibers, which I've never made, and uranium, which I've never made. Under the electronics category, we've got copper wire, which I can make, batteries, power cells, computer chips, wiring kits, and advanced wiring kits. So batteries will be used for handheld tools, and power cells will be used for vehicular devices. What else we got? We got sustenance here. We will make the filtered water out of the bladderfish that we picked up. They used to be called air sacs, and I'm so used to them being called air sacs, but you make disinfected water, twice as much disinfected water as using the bladderfish, with bleach to clean your water, because that's just the healthiest thing to do. Alright, we've got some cooked food here, some boomerangs. The pod is slightly drifting to the side, which it always seems to have done, which is relatively obnoxious. But we got cured food that we can use. Oh, nighttime approach is so good. That we can make using salt and uncooked meats. And then for equipment, this is the important stuff. O2 tanks, which require titanium and glass.
Continued degradation of the Aurora's drive core may cause a quantum detonation. Calculating risk assessment. Death by malnourishment, 7%. By physical injury, 11%. By exposure to radioactive crash site materials, 90%. If the drive core is breached, probability of death increases to 65%.
What'd I just do? I thought I drank water, and it lowered a bunch of my stuff. I wasn't paying attention. Alright, so we've got an O2 tank, which increases our oxygen by a significant amount. We've got fins that allow us to swim faster, essentially. We've got a radiation suit, a still suit, which we don't know how to make, a first aid kit, bleach and fiber mesh, which are way too difficult to make, which is why they incorporated the first aid fabricator. We got a fire extinguisher, which we're never going to need, a pipe and thermometer, which we're never going to need, but the tools, now this is the most important category of our fabricator outside of stuff like health, because this is how we get stuff done. So we've got our scanner, which we use to scan everything, which I am the kind of person to do. I will go out and try and scan everything, including the hostile creatures, which may or may not have gotten me killed in the past before multiple times. But we got the welder, which we need to fix a bunch of these components in here. We got a flashlight, which we don't necessarily need, but is nice to have. Survival knife, which is absolutely useful. Allows us to get creep vines, allows us to break table coral. An air bladder that allows us to float quickly, which we don't really need. Flares, don't really need. Habitat builder, that's how we build our base. I'm never really good at determining where I want to build a base, but laser cutter that requires diamond, which is rather difficult to obtain. Beacons that broadcast a position with a little blip on your HUD that allow you to find various locations or bases or whatever. Waterproof lockers, which are great, and then gravispheres, which I don't need. So, we need some batteries first and foremost, and in order to get the batteries... Oh, it's so much scarier down here at night. Scary and pretty, and the sounds are frightening. I need to go get more food, dang it. What we're gonna make first... Oh! I was wondering what that sound was. Alrighty. We are going to go into our tool. No, duh. We need electronics. We need some batteries. I love the little fabricator lasers that make everything. That's so cool. We're going to make 3 of them. Now, a power cell requires silicone rubber, which I believe is made using creepvine seeds. But we're not going to get to that yet. Alright, so we're going to make... Yeah, I'm going to make a scanner. I'll probably scan everything anyway. A welder requires crashfish powder and magnesium. Magnesium requires salt. Alright. Flashlight, survival knife, air bladder, habitat builder. requires a computer chip, which needs silver and copper wiring, I believe. A survival knife requires silicone rubber. Silicone rubber is the creepvine seeds. Yeah, creepvine seed clusters. Alright, so out we go into the wonderful world of huge moving planets and or moons. Oh, that's the coolest looking thing. Oh, I was going to say, are there any other celestial bodies? I looked at those, I thought it was another moon. There it is. Oh, they're so cool, man. Holy moly. Now planets wouldn't move at that speed, but it's designed for dramatic effect, if you will. Alright, here we go. Here's our lovely scanner. It's going to scan things on the atomic level. Give us all sorts of detailed information about them. And I can read these later, if I feel like it, which I probably won't, but... Come here, bladderfish. Alright. We've already got the acid mushrooms. We need to go get ourselves some creepvine seed clusters. Unless I've already completely forgotten what we're trying to get here. So, what is this? Manta ray? Oh! Oops! I wonder if wildlife don't appreciate that. Rabbit ray. That's interesting. It pushed me through the water, the fire hydrant. Maybe I can use that to propel myself to the surface faster if I'm beginning to suffocate. Rabbit rays are friendly life forms. Now those guys over there are less nice. Peepers are impossible to keep up with due to their high speed, but these guys drop little poisonous orbs. Yeah, those. Oh, they're so icky looking. Scan him faster. Come on now. At the bottom right, you can see a little icon indicating when I'm looking at something that can be scanned. Alright, I'm out. Oh. Monster after monster. Alright, I'm out. I'm out. This game makes your heart race. It's freaking terrifying. Come on, there we go. This is our quartz to be used to make glass.
Warning, local radiation readings exhibit characteristics consistent with total degradation of the Aurora's dark matter drive core. A quantum detonation will occur with a probability of 85.5%. Advise observing a 1 kilometer safety range.
That's not reassuring. 1 kilometer? I thought the text read 10 kilometers there. I was gonna say, we're not that far away. Oh, the sounds are so creepy! See these giant tubes that just go on, that have all sorts of lithium growths underneath them. Or inside them. Ooh, that's salt. Oh, and then the light ambiance. More quartz, more limestone. None of which I want, particularly at the moment.
Emergency. 10 seconds.
And it goes
of
so
oxygen
deep.
remaining.
Oh, hi, Peeper. What else do we have down here? That's bad. Crash fish powder. It's a good thing we needed that. What are those? Nothing. Oh, those are fragments of the crash fish. Crash fish are these, whole fish. Are these fish that go in like a...
New creature discovered.
Like a homing missile, and they explode. And those plants are their, little... Well, obviously, they're habitats. But... Let's see what we got here. We need one more salt to make the not the manganese, the magnesium. Oh, and there's a piece of rock. Sounds in this game are so scary. Alright, up ahead over there we've got our life pod. The Aurora's over that direction. And I'm familiar with all of the biomes, where the biomes are in this game, but that doesn't mean I'm any less frightened by stuff in general. Ooh. Pick up a luggage bag. I don't know what that is. Let's scan this. How much room do we have in our inventory? Plenty. I'm taking that. Oh, I'm scared. Those are the sea sharks, sand sharks, whatever they're called. All I hear is shark noises. Pieces of ship. Short range scans suggest this grassy biome supports extensive biodiversity both above and below the surface. Well, good for it. Oh, more sounds.
30 seconds.
Oh, and then the
oxygen
biters.
remaining.
Aggressive fish that nobody likes. There are fish that try to murder you in this game. Look at the little whole fish. They're so gross looking.
Emergency. 10 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Alright, what do we have planned up ahead? Let's see. I've already got some acid mushrooms for batteries. We're gonna follow this. Oh jeez. We're gonna follow this giant tunnel. We have enough room for several items, so we're just gonna grab a bunch of stuff on our way back towards our life pod to use our fabricator. I think that's my 4th pile of salt. Oh, it's so dark. Okay, we got more copper for batteries. Oh, Peeper, come here, come here, come here. I need you for food. Come, Mr. Peeper. They're so hard to get. Okay, I got them.
Seismic readings suggest a quantum detonation has occurred in the Aurora's drive core. The central dark matter reactor will reach a supercritical state in T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Oh my gosh! Oh, the sound! Holy crap! That's the not so good sound. Oh, that gave me shivers. Alright, so the Aurora's gone off and detonated. Quantum core meltdown and whatnot. So it's done exploded. And in the process, it has made things dangerous for us now. As radiation. That's what we heard when the explosion was done. The Geiger going off. And now we go outside. Yeah, the fabricator cooks small organisms while disposing of the skeletal structure, bodily fluids, and internal organs, thus rendering them safe for human consumption. That's so just gross. So all kinds of icky. Oh, I would not survive in the wild. So what is this for? Our bag of luggage. Oops. I can place it. I thought I could place it. Apparently I can't. I want to know what it's for. That's so weird. I've never seen that before. Alright, we're going to start crafting some stuff. What are we going to do next? We just need to make more tools. Don't want to make the titanium ingot. Jeez. We just need to craft some more tools before we can get going on. We need, let's see, we'll take one more battery, even though I have 2 or 3 of them already. We're going to leave the copper wire. Let's see, computer chip, wiring kit. None of that requires copper wire. Alright. So, let's see what we have here. An O2 tank. I could make another one. I probably will. Ah, but there we go, our welder. Okay, we'll make that first. Then we'll move on and see what other things we can craft. We need the survival knife, which requires silicone rubber, which I don't believe we can make yet. Oh, duh, silicone rubber's right there. Something else, silicone fiber, I think it is. That we can't make without having parts of the actual crafting recipe. We've got the welder. I'm not going to get the flashlight. The survival knife we do need, but we need to go get some of the creepvine seeds. We'll make another one of these. We got 75 oxygen now, and now we have 105. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Alright. First and foremost, then, shall we? We're going to reorder some of our slots here. Alright, let us fix some of this stuff. There we go. It's like the repair tool in Battlefield. You just stick it out there and it repairs everything on its own. Whoa. Status, okay. Hull integrity, okay. Secondary systems, online. Flotation devices, deployed. Environment, uncharted ocean planet. Oxygen, nitrogen, atmosphere. Waterborne bacteria levels, high. Attempting to scan emergency frequencies. Please do. We're only at 43 power. That's so cool. Oh, and it's so much nicer in here when it's been repaired. Alright, let's fix our communications relay.
Broadcasting. Emergency distress signal.
Oh, there we go. Let me... Can I click it? I don't think I can click it. Can I click it?
Playing message.
This is an automated
Alright, here we go.
back from the Aurora mining vessel. Your distress signal has been received. An emergency relief team will be dispatched to your location. Estimated arrival time, 9 hours.
That's incredibly reassuring. I can't wait! This is Lafayette and Life Pod 17. I survived impact, but there's something outside the hatch and it's trying to get in. If anyone's still out there, my coordinates are attached. Anticipate losing radio contact in... That's not frightening at all. Alright, so the Aurora's totally changed. After completely detonating all over the place. Alright, what do we have? We have lead that insulates against radiation. We've got a fire extinguisher. Acid mushrooms. Might as well make 2 more batteries using our copper ore. Last that we're just going to do is we're just going to go through our PDA and see what materials we've got available to craft. Because this is all sorts of unfriendly and out of whack. Oop, another med kit's ready. We'll keep that one on our person. We're going to get rid of our lead. We'll keep the salt deposit. We're going to get rid of all the batteries except for one. And the fire extinguisher. And I completely filled up my storage. Got our first aid kit. The communications relay is no longer beeping at us to go get stuff. We're going to go get some food. And observe what this thing over here is. It's floating above the water. Ah, it's just a piece of the coral reef. Come here. Ooh, Gary fish. Come here, Gary fish. Alright, what else? What else do we have here? Rabbit ray. We need some bladderfish for the water. We could just make bleach, but I've already forgotten how to make bleach, and I'm not going to go get the resources necessary to do so. We need, what, a fish or 2? I think so. Hello. Giant coral tubes. So icky. Freaks me out, all this. Ha, gotcha. All this sea life. Everything about it is just frightening. The ocean is scary. Quite. More of these giant coral tubes. Alright. Whew, it's been like a half hour. It's been a good deal so far. We're gonna cook our food first. Or get our water first, I guess. Alright, we're gonna cook our peepers, cook our garyfish, cook our boomerang, and then we're gonna go through our inventory. Ooh, it is common for those accustomed to the synthetic foods to be repulsed by the thought of eating an animal carcass. Try to remember that humans survived this way for many years, so you can't too. That's funny. Alright. Might as well eat it so we can get the water, or it's gonna spoil. Hatches, and then all of the corridors for the base, which we will make in the next episode. We will make our own base. Never sure what to make them, but we shall make them. Data downloads, operation log, all of this. There's a lot of reading, a lot of story building, other elements that help set the environment. And they really did a good job with setting their environment. The world feels alive around you, which is odd to say, but nonetheless, it's a very lively world, and it's a very frightening world as well. You feel very helpless, but still like you've got the world is your playground. It's just a dangerous one. But either way, there you have it. That's all the time we have for today. It's been a good half hour or so. It's not too bad. Hope you got a good taste of what the game looks like and how it feels and whatnot. Like I said, I would absolutely encourage anybody who wants to get the game to go and get the game. It's only like $20 or something. I'm probably wrong about that, but it's a wonderful game. It's got tons of replayability, and it only gets more and more stuff. They keep adding stuff to it left and right, which is wonderful and awesome. So thank you, everybody, so much for your time. I enjoyed this. I hope you did. And we'll see you in the next episode. With that, this is the Bad Omen signing off.